Well, here we are. Nintendo Switch. After a whole 6 months of waiting, we finally can get it. I'm really excited. So how good could the Switch be? Well, I'm gonna get started off with talking about the Joy-Con first. Beautiful Joy-Con. For one, these are the most comfortable controllers I have ever felt in my life. I cannot believe, how much they could fit in such a small thing, especially with HD Rumble. And I love how it's like a two-player kind of mode when you put it sideways, which will be soon in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, there is one thing that kind of bothers me. So when you play 2D games, for example, you don't have a D-pad, which really sucks when you play two-party game. Well, 2D kind of games. You could use a stick, but more people are familiar with the D-pad. So I think that would be much of I guess it's a big issue at most. But we also have the capture card, which will be able to soon record video. It can take pictures, send them on Twitter, Facebook, and probably with the video might be able to send it to YouTube. I can't really say. Then on the right side, we have the IR camera, which doesn't seem to utilize as much. I mean, the only kind of time we've ever used it is a 1-2 switch. But overall, there's really not much else, only besides that this joystick has NFC reader, which can support for Amiibo. The buttons are a lot smaller than the Wii U gamepad, as you can tell. Take a look by the size. You can tell that it is a lot smaller. For me, this is questionable. How is this powerful than the Wii U? I have no clue how this is any powerful than the Wii U, but it apparently is. So I'm kind of surprised that Nintendo actually created like this console, or I like to call it tablet because it looks like a tablet. So I might as well say that there's something that I kind of don't like about it, is that there is no internet browser, except there is a secret way to do it, but you have to go through all this tedious stuff. I mean, the Wii U gamepad is able to do so. As for the Nintendo Switch, it apparently doesn't. And it's probably because more or less Nintendo says that it's more meant to be a gaming console and not, a complete internet browser site kind of thing. So the only thing I could come up with is that the Wii U more or less had some extra space, so it was probably able to have, all this internet browser and all this such. Although they do plan on having Netflix be coming into it. I don't know about Hulu Plus or any of those other types, but this is kind of the console. Now the touchscreen. We already know it's pretty responsive, nothing really wrong with it, so I'll give it that. Now what I kind of am a little bit hectic about is the battery life, which is about 2 to 6 hours depending on game. Legend of Zelda, I have played a while of this game. I actually completed the game, and I'm gonna beat it again, although I'm not gonna say why, because no spoilers. I really don't have much to say about more or less the beginning menu, although it kind of looks, it's in a PS4-ish style. Now Nintendo has their own news, which is really weird. I'm not a big fan of, news, but I don't think I would be the kind of person to always go and look on, what new game is out there and what's actually pretty cool. So, nothing really too exciting. The Nintendo eShop. It's a little bit more different than the Wii U's Nintendo eShop, which you had that boring thing you had to worry about. And I'm going to quickly cover this up because I have to put a password in. And let it load a bit. Alright, here we go. So this is the Nintendo eShop. There is not a lot of games to play. And for the first day, there was basically these 9 games. So, and then they added an extra 9 just like a week ago. Well, no, somewhere around this week actually. So you're really not getting much for the software lineup. I am a little bit confused with certain games as to why they're kind of back. I get Birth of Isaac because it's a new game completely. Lego City Undercover. This confuses me a lot. I don't know why Lego City Undercover is coming to the Nintendo Switch, although it was released kind of back in like 2012. I don't see why, but I don't think I'm gonna be bothered by it too much. So that's kind of the eShop. There's nothing much else besides entering a little code for Nintendo eShop. So yeah, that's kind of it for the eShop. With loading times, it's pretty fast compared to the Wii U. Depending on the game, and sometimes it takes even longer. And I don't get, like, that little part that kind of just shows already what the game is. I don't know. Look at that. It's pretty fast, I'll give it that. And as you can see, I got 1 star because I completed the game. So, not bad for speed, of all things. Yeah. Overall, is it good or is it bad? Well, in some cases it's good, especially with, faster loading times, all new certain games. But, on the low side, you don't have much games to play at first. There's no internet browser, so if you still have a Wii U, I kind of recommend keeping it just for internet browser sakes, unless you want to try doing a tedious thing that I found on Nintendo Life. But overall, it's pretty good, actually. Not bad. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. The only 1% off is, well, the only why I didn't give it 10 out of 10 is because internet browser. Overall, not that bad at all.